The latest celebrity breakup came out of nowhere. Or did it? Wild new details about Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban's marriage are putting the whole affair into a new perspective. While the split comes as a surprise to the public, it apparently wasn't the biggest shocker to Urban's friends. A source told People close to Keith felt like the split was kind of inevitable. It felt like the writing was on the wall. The insider also revealed that Urban had actually already moved out and gotten his own place before the public was aware of any seismic shifts in their relationship. It also doesn't sound like the separation was a mutual decision. Kidman reportedly wanted to keep the marriage intact, but Urban didn't. And some pretty salacious details have started emerging that show the split might not have been the biggest M. Night Shyamalan twist of the year to those in the know.
This divorce has clearly been in the works for months.
A day after the separation news hit, TMZ posted a report about Urban and Kidman's inner circle, believing the musician has a new woman in his life. According to a source, Kidman isn't denying that her soon-to-be ex-husband has a new squeeze, but she's, quote, still shocked over it. What's particularly interesting is that TMZ's insiders weren't sure about the timing of events. It's possible Urban's rumored new partner became just that after he and Kidman separated, not before. But the opposite is also possible. There may not be a clear-cut case of infidelity here, but another woman in the picture puts a nail in the coffin on Urban and Kidman's divorce. In fact, despite allegedly being the one who wanted to keep the relationship intact, it was actually Kidman who filed for divorce. People reported that on September 30th, one day after news broke about their separation, Kidman took the next step to legally end her longtime marriage. The reason given? Irreconcilable differences. Artists altering their song lyrics for various reasons isn't new. For example, Kesha changed the lyric in TikTok during her Coachella performance in 2024 in light of the allegations against Diddy, and Taylor Swift edited out a controversial lyric in Picture to Burn years after it was written. Now, as you've probably heard, Keith Urban has adjusted one of his lyrics in light of the impending divorce. During a performance, Urban switched up a line in his song The Fighter. Filling in for Carrie Underwood, who was originally featured on the track, was fellow country singer Maggie Ball. The original lyrics were, "When they're trying to get to you, baby, I'll be the fighter." Urban changed them to, "When they're trying to get to you, Maggie, I'll be your guitar player." So, what's the scandal? Well, that song was written about Nicole Kidman. Changing the lyrics to highlight another woman so soon after the separation raised plenty of eyebrows at the concert, including Balls, who shared the moment on her Instagram with the caption, "Did Keith Urban just say that?" At the show, Urban laughed after the lyric change, but comments on Ball's Instagram didn't see the humor. One person wrote, "It is so trashy to do this to a song inspired by his wife." Another person commented, "Nicole deserves better." A third person had a message for Ball, "Honey, this isn't the flex you think it is." Unsurprisingly, Kidman and Urban had a prenup before they got married. But unlike others, this one didn't specifically mention cheating or any kind of infidelity clause. At least nothing that's been reported as of this video. Instead, it stated that as long as Urban didn't use drugs or alcohol, he'd receive $600,000 for every year they were married should they divorce. Since they were married for 19 years, Urban is slated to receive over $11 million. That's a ton of money, but it's not all that salacious, until you consider the fact that if Urban does have a new woman in his life, then she will most likely benefit from Kidman's money. Imagine having to hand over millions of dollars to your ex, only to see him then spend it on his new partner. Oof. It's estimated that Kidman has amassed a $250 million fortune. So coughing up $11 million isn't going to hurt her too much, but it's the principle of the matter. And if it turns out that Urban did use drugs and/or alcohol during his marriage and tries to insist on a payout anyway, things could get really messy. While it hasn't been long since news broke that the Hollywood couple called it quits, the future of their 2 children is one detail of this divorce that is already decided. They've reportedly been living separately since the beginning of summer. And now it seems that Urban's already minimum dad time is going to be cut even more. Kidman's September 30th divorce filing included a parenting plan for 17-year-old Sunday Rose and 14-year-old Faith Margaret. Both parties reportedly agreed to the terms, with Urban signing on August 29th and Kidman doing the same on September 6th. The document stated that Kidman will spend 306 days per year with their daughters, while Urban will be with them for just 59 days. That's a little over 8 weeks. There is reportedly also a schedule in place that the couple has already agreed to. In addition to how time with the kids will be divvied up, Kidman and Urban's parenting plan ensures that the former couple will come together to make any big decisions regarding the girls' lives.
We can live in harmony.
They also agreed not to badmouth each other in front of their children or jeopardize the other's relationship with them. According to the divorce filing, both promised to encourage each child to continue to love the other parent and be comfortable in both families. Kidman and Urban also agreed to take part in a parenting seminar within 60 days of the filing. Both have reportedly agreed to receive no child support. It's certainly a positive sign that the now former couple have worked so much out so early on in their split, and that they're clearly prioritizing their kids and working toward a peaceful separation. For many, though, one parent having so much more time with their kids than the other could become a point of contention. But interestingly, this may not be that big of a change for the family. A source told TMZ that the former couple hasn't lived together in months and said that Kidman has been, quote, holding the family together through this difficult time since Keith has been gone. Another source told People, while Keith has been away on tour all summer, Nicole and her daughters have been inseparable, spending time together bonding. Interestingly, there may have been some writing on the wall, so to speak, with an old report resurfacing that seems to support the idea that there's long been trouble in the former couple's marriage. All the way back in April 2018, Life and Style reported that tensions between Kidman and Urban had grown and that the two were headed for Splitsville. A source told the outlet at the time, Keith has moved out of the family home he shares with Nicole after a string of arguments. He's been staying at a 5-star hotel in LA. Obviously, the couple didn't divorce when those rumors surfaced and seemed to be happy together in the years that followed. For a while, at least. Kidman and Urban first met at an event in Los Angeles in 2005, but even after Kidman gave him her number, Urban didn't call her for several months. The two did eventually connect and fall in love, leading to their marriage in June 2006 and their 2 daughters together in the years that followed. But it sounds like they barely made it through their first year of marriage, nearly divorcing shortly after tying the knot. Urban said at the 49th AFI Life Achievement Award Gala in 2024 that he nearly derailed their nuptials before they even left the station.
My addictions that I'd done really nothing about blew our marriage to smithereens.
After only 4 months of marriage, he ended up spending the next 3 at a rehab center and suggested that Kidman was likely having second thoughts about the whole thing.
Nick pushed through every negative voice, I'm sure even some of her own, and she chose love. And here we are tonight, 18 years later.
Considering their tumultuous first year of marriage and every rumor that's come out in the years since, it may not have been much of a surprise to Kidman and Urban that things would come to this. It certainly wasn't surprising to some.